Hey there, my name's David and you're watching The Restyle File. I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, eBay, and I also consign on TheRealReal. And today I have a what sold video to let you know my sales from the week of April the 23rd through April 28th. What sold videos are great to watch if you want to find out what's currently selling and what you should be picking up in thrift stores. I'll let you know how much I paid for an item, where I sourced it, how much it sold for, and how much profit I made. If you like reselling content, please make sure to like, comment, share this video, and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video. We're starting off with Sunday, April 23rd. I had 2 Poshmark sales. My first sale was a hard good, which is a little unusual for me. It is a vintage vanity case. It kind of looked like a treasure chest or a suitcase almost. And it sold for $34. That was actually a sale made by FLYP. FLYP is an application that automates sending offers to customers if they like an item. Also allows you to cross-list. If you're interested in a free cross-listing software, I do have a link for that down below in my description. If you use my code, I get a small kickback of like a Amazon gift card, so if you want to support this channel, definitely appreciate if you do that. It sold for $34. After Poshmark's fees, I received $25.18. I paid $4 for that at a Salvation Army thrift store, so my total profit was $21.18. I thought this was a really cool vanity case, but admittedly it did take a really long time for it to sell, but glad it finally did. The next sale on Poshmark was a J. Crew Minorca padded slingback sandals size 6. They sold for $50. After Poshmark's fees, I received $40, and I paid $12 for these at a family thrift center, so my total profit was $28. You may recognize these from a previous video. I had actually sold them on eBay, but what happened is that the eBay buyer never paid. Hate that for me. So I ended up having to cancel it after 4 days and just relisted it, but thankfully someone purchased them almost immediately after I relisted and lowered the price a bit. The next day was the 24th of April, Monday. I had 2 Poshmark sales and 1 TheRealReal sale. My first Poshmark sale was an AGL Attilio Giusti Leonbruni micro pointed toe loafer in black viola size 39.5 European. They sold for $65. After Poshmark's fees, I received $52. I paid $6 for these, so my total profit was $46. This is actually my second time selling this particular style of loafer. It was like one of my first Poshmark sales way back when I first started, and it was interesting when I found them again, and I thought, oh, well, it sold before, it'll sell again. Both times it did take a bit of time, probably like 6 or 8 months. But whenever they do sell, they sell for a pretty decent amount of money. I've also sold a pair of boots by this brand, and same story. Very slow mover, but when it moves, it sells okay. The next item that sold on Poshmark was a Mamo Howl Vintage 80s Gray Pink Playsuit Romper size 6. It sold for $100. After Poshmark's fees, I received $80, and I paid $1 for this item at a Earth Day sale at Buffalo Exchange. So my total profit was $79. This was actually a really exciting item just because I paid so little for it, and it appears to be a relatively high sought after brand. From what my research on the brand, it looked like it was almost like kind of like a gunny sacks almost, but for Hawaiian style clothing. It doesn't have a terribly high sell-through rate, but the items when they do sell tend to sell for anywhere from $75 to $150. I actually regret pricing mine at $100. I almost wish I had priced it further because this was easily the highest interest that I've ever had in an item from my multiple platforms. I received offers on multiple platforms, and someone bought it at full price eventually on basically the same day on Poshmark. So I probably should have priced it a little bit higher, but I was happy to still make a pretty significant profit on such a unique item. I had to send like 3 messages to people saying, sorry, it's sold, when they tried to send me an offer. Next is my TheRealReal sale. It was an Alice and Olivia leather wide leg pants. They sold for $178.50. Based off of the TheRealReal's commission structure, I received $80. I paid $3 for these on a half off sale at a Texas thrift store, so my total profit was $77. I typically would never send something Alice and Olivia to TheRealReal just because they don't tend to price that high, but I figured since these were 100% leather, that it was worth it a shot to see if they might price them a little bit higher, and they did, and they sold. So very happy with that sale. The next day was Tuesday the 25th. I had one eBay sale, and it was a Puritan vintage 70s Academia double-breasted dark green wool vest size medium. It sold for $20. After eBay's fees, I received $15.71. I paid about $3 for this, so my total profit is $12.71. It really was kind of just a whatever piece that I initially purchased for myself, but I never wore, and definitely would not fit now. So it moved fairly quickly after just a couple of weeks. The next day was Wednesday the 26th. I had 4 Poshmark sales, 2 eBay sales, and 1 RealReal sale. The first Poshmark sale was Vivaya Square Toe V-Cut Machine Washable Knit Flat size 9/9.5. They sold for $60. After Poshmark's fees, I received $48. I paid about $8 for these at Goodwill, so my total profit was $40. Vivaya appears to be a similar label to Rothy's, and they seem to sell fairly well and fairly quickly, so I would definitely consider Vivaya Bolo. The next sale on Poshmark was a Vionic Coralina Slingback Espadrille Wedges size 9.5. They sold for $24. After Poshmark's fees, I received $17.18. I paid about $6 for these at a family thrift center, so my total profit was $11.18. I forgot to mention that on the 26th, I did go ahead and run a sale on my Poshmark closet for 20, 30, and 40%. I kind of just changed the days on my FLYP application. That way it would send out lower offers on items that were recently listed and higher offers on older items. That's another great thing about FLYP. It helps to facilitate those kinds of actions. The next item to sell on Poshmark was a Sorel Kinetic Lace Gray Knit Running Athletic Sneakers size 7. They sold for $31. After Poshmark's fees, I received $22.78. I paid $7 for these at a Texas thrift store, so my total profit is $15.78. The next sale was a Lulu's Molinetto Navy Blue Lace Ruffled Maxi Dress size extra large. It sold for $49. After Poshmark's fees, I received $37.18. I paid $5 for this at a Salvation Army thrift store on a half-off day, so my total profit was $32.18. I typically don't mess with Lulu's, but this dress I thought was pretty nice and it was a great size, so I took the trouble to list it. And it sold after a fair amount of time. Next were my eBay sales. My first eBay sale was a vintage London Fog wool herringbone coat size 38 regular. It sold for $125. After eBay's fees, I received $104.81. I paid $15 for this at Goodwill, so my total profit was $89.81. I love buying these sort of car coats or top coats just because they always seem to turn around for anywhere from $80 to $150 as long as they're in decent condition. And I think having a mannequin also helps a little bit. The next eBay sale was a Soft Surroundings Tropical Birds of Paradise tunic blouse size medium. It sold for $14. After eBay's fees, I received $10.69. I paid $1 for this, so my total profit was $9.69. I picked this up ages ago when I went to the Goodwill bins. If you're not familiar with what the bins are, they are Goodwill's outlet store, and they basically have everything in blue bins, and you pick up items and they sell by the pound. I believe this was when they had their lower prices, so I'm estimating that since it didn't weigh much, that was probably about $1. My RealReal sale was a Gucci vintage blazer. It sold for $98.75. Based off of the RealReal's commission structure, I would receive $59 from that sale. I actually initially had this in my own collection, and I wore it myself a fair amount of times, so I'm going to take the full $59 as profit. Admittedly, Gucci is a luxury label, and you would hope to get more money for it, but sometimes plain items like this plain 3-button black blazer have a bit of difficulty moving in closets, so if I went ahead and just threw it in and sent it into the RealReal. Next was Thursday the 27th. I had 4 Poshmark sales and 1 Mercari sale. The first Poshmark sale was a J. Crew Black Super 120s 100% wool blazer size 6. It sold for $30. After Poshmark's fees, I received $21.98. I paid about $5 for this on a half-off day at the Salvation Army, so my total profit is $16.98. The next sale was a Noack two-piece suit in darker camel size 40 regular. It sold for $70. After Poshmark's fees, I received $56. This actually came from my personal closet, so I will take the full $56 as profit since I got a fair amount of use out of that item. The next item to sell was a Lululemon two-toned tank top. It sold for $12. After Poshmark's fees, I received $9.05. I also had that come from my personal closet, so we'll also take that $9.05 as full profit since I wore that thing a lot of times. The next item to sell, pretty unusual one for me, is a Shein pink crochet pom-pom boho lace mini dress size large. It sold for $15. After Poshmark's fees, I received $12. I paid about $1 for that, so my total profit is $11. I typically never pick up this label, but I actually just picked up the dress because I just tossed it in my cart one time at the Goodwill bins, and I later found out that it was Shein and hated myself for it. But it sat in my death pile forever, but it actually sold the same day that I listed it, so goes to show. The next item to sell was on Mercari, and it was a Vionic Robin Black perforated leather ballet flat size 7. They sold for $32. I do offer free shipping on Mercari, so taking into account the cost of shipping and Mercari's fees, I received $20.40. I paid $6 for these at a thrift store, so my total profit was $14.40. Next, we're talking about Friday the 28th. I had 5 Poshmark sales, 1 Depop sale, and 1 TheRealReal sale. The first Poshmark sale was a Carmen Marc Volvo Collection Blush Pink Evening Gown size 6. It sold for $100. After Poshmark's fees, I received $80, and I paid $15 for this on a half-off day at the Salvation Army thrift store, so my total profit was $65. I was actually initially going to send this into TheRealReal, but they don't price this brand consistently well, so I thought, let me go ahead and give it a shot myself, and stuck it on the mannequin, and it's old. The next item to sell was a Jeffrey Campbell Beagle Lilac Faux Sherpa Chain Mule size 8. They sold for $20. After Poshmark's fees, I received $16. I paid $1 for these at the Buffalo Exchange Earth Day sale, so my total profit was $15. This was in my most recent haul from my Buffalo Exchange Earth Day sale, and I was very pleased to see them move so quickly. I was worried when I picked them up that I was going to be stuck with them until fall or winter, but they sold. The next item to sell was a Levi's Vintage Y2K 90s Light Wash 550 Relaxed Jeans size 33 by 32. They sold for $36. That was an offer sent to the liker by FLYP. So after Poshmark's fees, I received $26.78. I paid $5 for these at a Salvation Army thrift store on a half-off day, so my total profit is $21.78. My Levi's vintage jeans always move so slow, but I'm glad to see 1 or 2 finally trickling out. The next sale was a Teva Hurricane XLT2 cross-strap sports sandals size 12. They sold for $35. After Poshmark's fees, I received $28. I paid $10 for these at Goodwill, so my total profit is $18. We are now approaching summer season, so it is sandal season. The last Poshmark sale for the 28th was a buttercloth white office icy cool shirt size 2XL tall. It sold for $31. After Poshmark's fees, I received $24.80. I paid $7 for this at Goodwill, so my total profit was $17.80. This item sold fairly quickly. I was not familiar with buttercloth, but this was like the softest shirt I have ever felt. I would love to have some for myself in my size. And it turns out that this is from Shark Tank, and they're apparently pretty expensive new. The next sale was on Depop, and it was a BB Vintage 90s Y2K animal print leather western heel boots size 8. They sold for $85. And after the free shipping that I offer on Depop and Depop's fees, I received $65.05. I paid $1 for these at a Family Thrift Center outlet on a dollar day, so my total profit was $64.05. I've never really played around too much with BB, but I had seen that there were comps for this particular style of boot that were priced really well on Depop and other applications, and I was actually a little nervous because when I listed mine, I saw that there was another one in a similar size available for like $20. And I was like, oh no, maybe I made a bad call on this one, but I priced it high and I took some nice pictures for Depop, and they actually sold in a day. And I just got a rating from that buyer. They love them, and I couldn't be happier about that sale. Now, should I buy the $22 shoes that are the same style that I saw on Poshmark? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Next was a RealReal sale, and it was a Giovanni strapless long dress. It sold for $208.25. Based off of the RealReal's commission structure, I received $119. I paid about $15 for this at a Texas thrift store, so my total profit was $104. It seems like this is probably the sweet spot that you want to aim for when it comes to the RealReal, sending in items that are likely to be priced $200 and up, just because that's really the only part where their commission structure gets decent. Below that, they start offering you like 30 or something less, and it can be a little painful sometimes. And the last day is April the 29th. I actually just had one sale on eBay, and it was a granite vintage 80s, 90s Picasso abstract painted look pencil skirt. It sold for $12. After eBay's fees, I received $8.91. I paid $1 for this on a bins day, so my total profit was $7.91. Now it's time to discuss totals. So starting with Poshmark, my total revenue was $762. After Poshmark's fees, I received $596.93. I paid about $93 for all items that sold on Poshmark, so my total profit was $503.93 for Poshmark. On Mercari, my total revenue was $32. After Mercari's fees, I received $20.40. I paid $6 for the item that sold on Mercari, so my total profit was $14.40. On Depop, my revenue was $85. After shipping and fees, my total drops down to $65.05. I paid $1 for the item that sold on Depop, so my total profit was $64.05. On eBay, my total revenue was $171. After eBay's fees, I received $140.12. My cost of goods for items sold on eBay was $20, so my total profit was $120.12. On TheRealReal, my total sales was $485.50. Based off of the RealReal's commission structure, I received $258. I paid $18 for the items that sold on the TheRealReal, so my total profit was $240. Taking into account all of my platforms, my total revenue is $1,535.50. Taking into account the expenses and the shipping on some of those items, that drops down to $1,080.50. My cost of goods for all items that sold was $138, so my total profit is $942.50. Pretty decent sales week. Did you have any fantastic sales this week? I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to view my video. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe and hit that bell icon if you haven't done so already. I want to wish you an amazing sales week, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye! I have a personal grievance, and I'd love to know if this has ever happened to you before. So I bought these bookends. They're pretty cool. They look like a sort of train set, and they're meant to hold up books. I thought, this might appeal to like Harry Potter people, or steampunk people, or just anyone who likes cool things in their living room. But I did not realize until I got home that it appears the cashier at Goodwill charged me for each one individually. And it says VI here. That means they were $5.99 each, so that means I paid roughly $12 for this when I thought I was getting both for $5. I really should have been more attentive when I was making my payment, because I don't recall where that receipt is, and I'm sure I can still make a profit, but has this ever happened to you? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, chugga 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 choo choo. This train is heading out. See you in the next one. Bye.